Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to make the head and basically finish your flexible person. So you're going to start by dragging a cylinder onto the work plane. Under color in the top right over here under the number of sides, let's go ahead and make it 64 to smooth it out. And then the dimensions of your head, if you look here, step 3, the height will be 10 millimeters and then the length and width will be 30. Okay, so I'm going to click on a corner sizing handle. I'm going to make the length 30 and the width 30. And the height is going to be 10. Make it a little bit flat, okay? The next thing we're going to do is we're going to select the hinge that we have on our work plane. We're going to ungroup the hinge, and then we're going to select the little black sizing handle in the bottom center of the red thin box part, see image below, and change the length to 13. So once we ungroup it, we're going to select just this red bar part, and we're going to grab this little black sizing handle and pull the length out to 13. The reason we're grabbing the black instead of a white is the black will not change the width side to side, whereas if we grab a white, we might accidentally make it wider. The black just pulls it out, and that's it. So let's go back. I'm going to select my hinge, and you can actually zoom in on it if you want to. Okay, we're going to click the ungroup button here in the top right. Click off so nothing is selected. Click just this red bar part, and if you zoom in enough, you're going to see this little black sizing handle right in the center, and notice when I float my mouse on it, 10 is shown up down here. We're going to pull this little black thing out until it says 13, okay? And then I think we're going to group it back together. Yeah, then we're going to group the hinge back together, rotate it 90 degrees so the little red handle is facing down, and then drag it so it overlaps the head. Okay, so I'm going to draw a red rectangle around the hinge. So select it all. I'm going to group it back together. I'm going to use the two-sided arrow, and I'm going to rotate it so the 90 degrees down so the hinge part is facing down. And there's 90. And then I'm going to just click off it. I'm going to drag it so it intersects the head, and we're going to center it in the next step. So, I'm gonna just zoom in here a little bit. I'm gonna move it up. I'm gonna use my up arrow key just to move it up. I kind of want these little red parts to be hidden. Maybe once I align it, that will work. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw a rectangle over these two shapes. I'm gonna hit the align button here, and I'm going to hold on. I just get these two shapes. Let's align those, and I'm gonna align them perfectly centered, left to right. Okay. And you know what? That looks pretty good. Now, if you wanted to, I guess you can move that up a little if you wanted to. It just depends. Just don't have any of the red box sticking out, so you can kind of and I guess the length of this little red part is determining how much flap the head's going to have too. Okay, once you're happy with the position, go ahead and select the head and the hinge, group them together. And then if I zoom out a little bit, I'm going to drag the head down. Let me just recenter this so it looks normal. I'm going to drag the head down so it overlaps the body. And again, depending on how flappy you want the head, you can see how much you want to drag that down. We want to make sure the head is perfectly centered over the body. So let's draw a red rectangle over both shapes. Go to our align button. I'm going to hit align center in the middle here to make sure it's perfectly centered. And then we can group this together, and your person is done. You are ready to click send to in the top right. It's still, when you see the little red outline, that means it's still working. So it's still in the process of grouping, but you'll hit send to in the top right and click your download, and then you will turn it in. Okay, good luck, and hopefully you did well with this.